Hi. We've got to talk about some things. To start, I'd like to show you my gender roles. These are my gender roles. I have 3 gender roles. You know why I call them my gender roles? Because they're cold, they're hard, they're stale, and they taste like shit. I fucking hate gender roles. Fuck gender roles. Okay? I just threw my gender roles away because they make me angry. Now, in society, gender roles cannot be thrown away as such. It's a lot harder to do that because they're ingrained in society. There are some consequences, however, to gender roles. 2 of these consequences are misogyny and misandry, the hating of women and the hating of men. Now, it's argued, see, in a patriarchal society, there is definite misogyny. It's systematic, it's ingrained in society, and it's also in your face, in like advertising and shit like that. That's understandable. It's been around for like hundreds, thousands of years. We gotta hook on that. We understand what misogyny is. Right? A plus, a good game. The thing that's the problem is misandry. Now if you're a feminist, you're gonna say misandry doesn't exist. Now I'm gonna say it doesn't exist on a systematic level, but if I look on the internet, I see things like men are monsters, men kill all the men, I hate men, men are rapists. It's going in the old misandry tag there on Tumblr. So, okay. Now, those are pretty hateful. You've even said you hate men. Now, you're gonna say it doesn't exist. I say it does, but let's say it doesn't. Let's say it doesn't exist. Let's just say you're just saying mean things let's say you're just saying mean things because you personally as a woman have been victimized. Let's say that. Now, men may have been bad to you. Statistically certain they might have been, most likely. At some point, some man has done something bad to you. Okay? But, see, the problem is, hating men reinforces stereotypes. If you say to a man that you hate him because he's a rapist or a potential rapist, or he's an abuser or a potential abuser, you're highlighting that negative trait, that negative stereotype, where in patriarchy, the patriarchy reinforces it as well, but in a positive light, in a way that says you can rape and you can abuse, but that's okay. You guys are saying, no, it's not okay, but you're still going to do it anyways. Now, I don't think that saying that men are potential rapists, or that you hate them for raping, hate all men for raping, is productive at all. It's not teaching men not to rape. It's just saying you're going to rape, and that's why I hate you. I don't think that makes sense, but that's just me. I think that 2 wrongs don't make a right, but maybe that's patriarchal, like, teachings. I don't know. Maybe you need to say mean things about men to make a point. Maybe I'll go with it. I'll run with it. See, but another thing I'm thinking about is hating men doesn't get rid of patriarchal problems. It highlights them. It says that they're negative, which that could be a good thing, But it isn't saying that men should stop. It's just saying that you're doing it. It's like, I hate you for raping. I hate you for raping. But what if that man's never raped? Are all men potential rapists? Maybe all men are potentially non-rapists. See, you gotta think of it like men. You gotta try and think of it like men are not going to rape. Not that they're not going to. They should not rape. You gotta teach them that they cannot rape. Not that they're going to rape and then that's bad. You gotta say you can never rape. You can never rape. You can never abuse. You can never hurt people because that's bad. You can't be saying that you hate them for doing it, but still reinforce it. I think that's good. I think that works. Another thing is that hating men derails the feminist cause. Instead of working towards things that could potentially be positive, you're just hating. Hate does not cause any positive effects. It rarely does. There are feminist issues. There's a ton of feminist issues that need to be addressed, that need to be worked on. But they aren't being worked on if they're not being addressed. Because most of the time, when you're hating a man for something, it's usually for things that are common. Like, most of the things I'm seeing on this Misandry tag are like slut shaming, rapist, abuser. Okay, but there's so many other things. There's the wage gap. There's, like, women get acid thrown in their faces. Like, women get forced to marry their rapists. Which, I mean, I'm talking about women that aren't from the West. Okay? But these are problems that I don't see getting addressed. I see men getting hated, but I don't see these problems getting addressed. These problems that are potentially worse than what you're hating about. And they're not helping those problems. They're just, it's lazy cynicism at its best. Actually, at its worst. Okay. Another thing is, you're discrediting feminists that don't hate women. Like, the main stereotype against feminists is that they hate men. I may have messed that up. I meant something. You know what I meant. But most feminists don't hate men. That's the thing. Most feminists don't hate men. The ones who do are this really small minority. Really small. And those are the ones that cause the fights. Those are the ones that aren't helping anything. Those are the ones that are perpetuating stereotypes. They're perpetuating negative stereotypes of men. You're perpetuating negative stereotypes of women. It makes people not want to join feminism, both men and women. And it's hard because there aren't a ton of other gender activist groups out there. So, and feminism is the main gender activist group overall. So it's hurting your cause. It's hurting gender activism by hating people. Okay, so last point is I'll try to think a little outside the box. Let's say you're a radical feminist and you say, I don't want men in my feminist movement. I could understand that. Like, feminist was made for women by women. I could understand that. Okay. But still, hating men doesn't get it comes back to hating men doesn't get anything done. It just hates men. That's like it see one of my last points is going to be hating men is a very small part of feminism. It's a very small part of society. But what if it does get bigger? What if it does become systematic? Like, you're not helping anything by doing it. You're just potentially harming, and you are harming. See, the thing is, this is going to be my last point. I'm a white, straight male. I have privilege. If you say things that hurt me, it doesn't hurt me. I get that. But it could potentially hurt other men who aren't white or straight, and it could potentially hurt your own movement. That's what I'm thinking. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe. This is what I'm putting out there. If you want to say something to me, and say something that you believe is right, talk to me. Comment on the video. Message me. I'm not afraid to hear comments, to hear differing points of view. But alas, this is the end of the video. I think I've stated my point. Stay free and classy.